morning, welcome to Richard Banker Web Design Tutorials. Today we're looking at Widgetkit again, and we're looking at how to create maps using Widgetkit. This tool makes very nice clean maps and integrating with Google Maps. So let's dive in. Control panel, under Components, down to Widgetkit, and the Map tab here. You can see here I've already created a sample map, which is right here, and this sample map actually has two locations. If I can zoom out far enough. So we have one dot there, and when we have one dot there, and when I click on it, the text comes up for that location. So let's add a new map. We're just going to call this a sample map. So we'll have location number 1. Your title goes in there, obviously. Then you click on Set Location, which opens up your map. And for whatever reason, it always opens up here. It's just the default setting, but you have to actually click on this little link and start dragging it around. So let's drag it up to where we actually are. And we'll put one in Winnipeg, somewhere, wherever that is. And then this is where our text for the pop-up goes, right in here. So anything you want to show up in that pop-up, you just drop it in here. So you can have one location on your map, or you can actually add several locations. Let's just start out with one location on our sample map. I'm not going to touch anything on the side here. We're going to go back and forth, and I'll show you what each of them do. So there's two steps to it. First, we create our map, and then we can either use the short code that's provided. So in this case, Widgetkit ID 4. We could put that into an article if we wanted this map to show up at a specific article. Or if you want to show it in a module, you would create a new module and select Widgetkit. In my case, I already have a map module that I want to use. So I'm going to click on my maps, my Widgetkit module that I already created, and have it in a specific site. And then I'm going to choose the sample map that I want to show up there. So when it refreshes, you can see I have my sample map with my one location on it and text for the pop. Now let's say we wanted to add directions to this, because we have this one location here and we want people to be able to get there. So I'd reopen up the maps that I'm wanting to change. You can see there's only one style. We can set a width and a height and a road type if we want it to be satellite or whatnot. We can also set our zoom level, our map controls. We're going to leave those to the default. Center marker. We're going to enable our directions. Do you want this to be in miles or kilometers? Do you want to cluster markers on the map? Well, we only have one, so invert lightness. Well, let's just click on that and you will see what it does. Scroll wheel and draggable. We can also set the hue, saturation, lightness, gamma. This is very good if we want to change it to be a grayscale, or for the map, so you can alter it so that it fits exactly the way you want it to look on your site. I've used the grayscale before. It's very nice. Okay, so that is saved. I'm going to refresh. So when this pops up, you can see it now looks completely different. We have the directions here. We'll just go back and invert lightness we had set to yes. So instead of it being a white map with dark lines, it's now a dark map with white lines. So since we don't want to keep the invert lightness. We're going to say no. And let's add a second location to this. Add new location. Number 2, and we're going to set the location to be let's just put it in Brandon somewhere. And then we have to hit set location. We want it to be something different, so we will pick a pink dot. Location number 2. Now we can order our location, so if we add a couple locations and then you decide that you need location 2 to be the first location, you can drag and drop whichever way you want. And now we're going to hit save. And we'll go back and we'll take a look. So we put location number 2 as the primary location. So when this map opens, it opens up on location number 2. So then we have to scroll out so that we can see location number 1. Okay, we're going to add location number 3 here. And we're going to set that location, and we're actually going to, well, we have to drag this. Because it doesn't work to just click on something. You actually have to pick it up and drag it. Over here, and I'm going to zoom way in. Unfortunately, I don't really know where my other one is, so I'm just going to choose that location. And I'm going to make it a green dot. I don't need a description. I'm going to save. You can see here that I've set my zoom out to 7. So now I can see both of the locations on the map. Now remember, we had enabled cluster right down here. Enable cluster markers on map and enable. So let's turn that off. And we'll go save. Refresh. So here you can see I have a green dot and a purple dot, and you can't really tell, you know, they're kind of there. So that's what the cluster is for. I enable my clusters, I hit save, and just like the first time we looked at this, there's 2 there. So now when I zoom in, oh, too far. Now I can see. But once it gets that they are starting to get on top of each other, you can see that there is 2 there. So this is really helpful when you have a lot of markers that are overlapping each other. It cleans it up. Let's type in a test here. So here you can see that I can click on a particular, so I click on the green marker from Dauphin, Manitoba, get directions, and boom, my directions are updated to that particular location. That is how you create a map and a little bit of an overview of how the maps work, setting up multiple locations and all of that sort of stuff. If you're looking for something specific, hey, leave a comment below. We'll see if we can get a tutorial done for you. If you have any questions, if you like the channel, please subscribe. Have a Merry Christmas and a great New Year.